Know that your eggs might go bad if you mess up a few times? The abundance of important nutrients and high-quality protein found in eggs is highly regarded, but a lot of people don't know that they can hurt you unexpectedly if you don't handle them right. Actually, how you cook, store, and serve eggs really does determine whether they are healthy or not. Watch this video to learn 5 common mistakes people make with eggs that can hurt them or make them less healthy. Here are some things you might not know about eggs that you've been eating the same way for years. No longer need to worry about hidden health risks when eating eggs now that you know about these major mistakes. Wait until the very end. This isn't just about not making mistakes. It's also about making small changes that can make you happier and healthier. You will never have to worry about hurting or poisoning your eggs again if you follow our steps. See this if you like to think of eggs as a healthy superfood instead of a possible health risk. We can begin now. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell button before we start. That way, you won't miss a video. In the comments, give the video a like if you liked it and a 0 if you didn't. Thanks for your feedback. It will help you, so I'll use it to improve my videos. Now is a great time to begin. The first is making eggs too hard. Many people make the mistake of heating too quickly when they are cooking. Eggs are full of protein, healthy fats, and important vitamins. But if you cook them too hot, they may lose some of their nutritional value. Oxidation can happen when eggs are boiled for too long until the yolk turns a grayish-green color, or when they are scrambled over high heat. This is a process that can make toxic compounds. More and more research shows that oxidized cholesterol raises the risk of heart disease and inflammation. Should you boil eggs for too long, they will give off a strong sulfur smell that lets you know they were cooked for too long. An acid called iron sulfide is made when the sulfur in egg whites mixes with the iron in the yolk. No, this doesn't mean the eggs are poisonous. It just means that some of their nutrients were cooked out. People who eat eggs often may develop long-term health problems, especially older people who are already more likely to get diseases related to inflammation. Take 76-year-old Robert as an example. Eggs have been his go-to breakfast food for years. He used to fry them until the edges were golden because he thought it made them taste better. But over time, he started to feel stomach pain and heartburn more often. As soon as he learned how bad oxidized cholesterol was for him, he stopped frying his eggs quickly and started scrambling them slowly over low heat. Shortly after starting the treatment, he felt a lot better. He had less gas and more energy during the day. Some of the important nutrients that eggs contain are also lost when they are overcooked. Eggs are a great way to get antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, folate, and vitamin B12. These nutrients are good for your eyes and mind. If you cook eggs at a high temperature for a long time, these nutrients may not be as available to you, so you might not be getting all of their health benefits. To get enough nutrition from eggs, it's just as important to cook them right as it is to eat them. There is good news. You can keep eating eggs without any problems. Watch out how you cook them. If you poach, lightly boil, or soft scramble eggs, they stay healthier and are less likely to go bad until they are cooked. One healthy way to cook eggs is to keep the heat low and keep them from browning too much. By making small changes like these, you can get the most nutrition out of your food without hurting your health. 2. Eating eggs that are raw or not cooked enough. A lot of people think that eating eggs that are raw or barely cooked is the healthiest way to eat them, but they don't know that it can also be very bad for them. Although raw eggs are high in protein, vitamins, and minerals, they can expose you to harmful bacteria like salmonella, which can make you very sick. This is a big worry for older people because as we age, our immune systems weaken, making it harder to fight off infections. A sickness that isn't too bad for a young person can become very dangerous for an older person. Perhaps you didn't mean to put yourself at risk when you ate things like homemade mayonnaise, raw cookie dough, or eggs that were still runny. It is rare for salmonella to get into food, but it's still not something to take lightly. Fever, stomach cramps, diarrhea, and even becoming dehydrated can all be signs of an infection. For older people, this can quickly turn into a serious health problem that may require hospitalization in the worst cases. A lot of people think that store-bought eggs are safe, but even eggs that look clean can have bacteria on them if they haven't been stored or handled properly. Take Margaret, a 68-year-old woman who loves having a raw egg smoothie in the morning. She did this for years because she thought it was the best way to get all the nutrients. But one day she had terrible stomach pain and felt sick for days. She went to the doctor and was told she had salmonella poisoning. She never thought that the eggs she had been eating for so long might have been the reason. She never had another problem after she switched to fully cooked eggs. She kept getting the same nutrients without the risk. Another reason to stay away from raw eggs is that they have a chemical called avidin that binds to biotin. Biotin is an important B vitamin that helps the body's metabolism, nerves work properly, and skin and hair stay healthy. When you eat raw eggs, avidin stops your body from absorbing biotin properly. This could cause deficiencies over time. Your body can absorb all the good nutrients without any interference when you cook eggs because they deactivate avidin. Some people say that organic or free-range eggs are safe to eat, but the truth is that any egg can have bacteria on it, no matter where it came from. Making sure your eggs are fully cooked is the best way to stay safe. There are safe ways to cook eggs like scrambled, boiled, or poached until the whites and yolks are firm. If you like yolks that run, using pasteurized eggs can lower the risk. But the safest option is always to cook them all the way through. Third, storing cooked eggs in the wrong way. There are a lot of people who don't think twice about how they store their eggs after they've been cooked. But if you don't do it right, bacteria can grow on a perfectly good meal. For eggs to become unsafe to eat, they need to be kept at the right temperature and not left out at room temperature for too long. Bacteria grow quickly in warm places. In just a few hours, harmful pathogens can start to grow on eggs that have reached the danger zone, which is between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. This is especially scary for seniors, because illnesses that come from food tend to be worse for them than for younger people. If you've ever forgotten about scrambled eggs on the counter for a few hours and then decided to eat them, you may have put yourself in danger. Bacteria like Salmonella, Listeria, and E. coli are more likely to grow on cooked eggs that sit out for a long time. Coli. Putting cooked eggs in the fridge can help stop bacteria from growing, but they should always be kept in a container that keeps air out and be eaten within a few days. For example, hard-boiled eggs should be eaten within a week. Scrambled or fried eggs, on the other hand, should be eaten within 3 to 4 days. He liked to make a lot of scrambled eggs at the start of the week to save time cooking. His name was George, and he was 72 years old. He would leave them in a container with a loose lid in the fridge and take a piece every morning. But after having stomach pain and feeling sick more than once, he realized that the way he stored them might be the problem. He never had the same stomach problems again after switching to containers that don't let air in and making smaller batches. When eggs are stored incorrectly, there is also the chance of cross-contamination. When cooked eggs are near raw meat, vegetables that haven't been washed, or other contaminated foods, they can pick up bacteria that is bad for you. A lot of people think that cooked eggs are safe because they've already been heated. But once they cool down, they can get bacteria just like any other food that goes bad quickly. One mistake that people often make is reheating eggs the wrong way. You may have noticed that microwaved eggs have a rubbery texture or a bad smell. This is because eggs don't reheat well. Not only can overheating them destroy nutrients, but it can also make them tough and unpleasant to eat. A better technique is to gently reheat eggs on the stove over low heat while adding a splash of moisture, like water or broth, to prevent them from drying out. If you have to use a microwave, heating them in short bursts while stirring every now and then can help keep the texture better. Remember to store your eggs correctly, keep them in the fridge, and eat them within a safe time frame to avoid getting sick and get the most out of your eggs. How you store and handle food can have a big effect on your health. For example, the right way to store eggs can keep you from having digestive problems and keep you feeling your best. Use of broken or old eggs is the fourth mistake. One easy way to make eggs unhealthy is to eat ones that are cracked, past their expiration date, or not stored properly. Eggs may look fine on the outside, but they could be full of harmful bacteria like salmonella if they're past their prime or have even a small crack in the shell. This is especially important for older people because getting older weakens the immune system, making it harder to fight off infections that younger people might be able to get better from more quickly. Anyone who has opened the fridge and thought, "Are those eggs still good?" is not alone. A lot of people rely on the date written on the carton. But what they don't know is that eggs can go bad before that date or last a little longer, depending on how they're stored. One easy way to tell if something is fresh is to put an egg in a bowl of cold water. It is fresh if it sinks and lays flat. If it stands up, it's still fine, but should be used soon. If it floats, you should get rid of it. Check out Evelyn. She's 74 years old and very careful about what she eats, but she never really thought about checking her eggs before she used them. There was a strange smell in the pan when she cracked an egg into it one morning, but she didn't pay attention to it and cooked the egg anyway. Within hours, she started feeling sick and having stomach aches. She went to the doctor and found out that a bad egg gave her food poisoning. After that, she always checked the water before using her eggs, and she never had another problem after that. How eggs are handled before they get to your house is another important thing to think about. If eggs were kept at the wrong temperature, whether in the store, on the way home, or even in your fridge, they can get condensation, which makes a great place for bacteria to grow. This is why it's important to keep eggs in the coldest part of your fridge and not in the door, where the temperature changes more often. Another hidden danger is cracked eggs. A chicken egg might look fine when you buy it, but tiny cracks can let germs in. If you bring home a cracked egg by accident, it's safer to throw it away than to risk eating it. The same goes for eggs that smell or look different. They should not be eaten because these are clear signs that they have gone bad. 5. Mixing eggs with cooking oils that are bad for you. People often make the mistake of using the wrong kind of cooking oil when they are making eggs. The oil you use to cook eggs can make all the difference between a healthy meal and one that causes inflammation and long-term health problems. Eggs themselves are full of good protein, healthy fats, and important nutrients. A lot of people don't know that high temperatures can break down some oils, especially vegetable oils that have been processed a lot, making harmful compounds that can hurt your body over time. Some refined seed oils like soybean, corn, or canola oil contain trans fats and oxidized lipids. If you've ever fried eggs in these oils, you may not have known it. These bad fats have been linked to more inflammation, heart disease, and even memory loss in older people. Trans fats hurt cells in the long term, unlike natural fats that the body can easily process. Chronic inflammation is linked to a number of age-related diseases, such as arthritis and heart disease. So seniors should be extra careful about how much fat they eat. Think about Frank, who was 78 years old and had been cooking his eggs in vegetable oil for many years. He didn't give it much thought because he thought oil was just oil. But when he learned about the risks of highly processed seed oils, he switched to healthier options like butter and olive oil. Within a few weeks, he noticed that he wasn't as tired after meals and that his digestion was better. The only thing he changed was how he cooked his food. That small change made a big difference in how he felt every day. Another problem with cooking oils is that they have a smoke point. This is the temperature at which they begin to break down and emit harmful chemicals. A lot of vegetable oils have low smoke points, which means that they become unstable when heated up. They make free radicals, which are unstable molecules that can hurt cells and speed up aging when this happens. If you fry eggs at high temperatures with these oils often, you might be putting your body through oxidative stress without realizing it. Pick oils that don't change when heated up instead. For cooking eggs, you can use butter, ghee, coconut oil, or extra virgin olive oil. Not only do these fats make the food taste better, they also provide important nutrients that help the brain, heart, and overall health. Avocado oil is another great choice if you want something lighter. It has a high smoke point and a good balance of monounsaturated fats. This shows that what you eat is not as important as how you cook it. Eggs are very healthy, but if you cook them in the wrong oil, they can turn from being good for you to making you more likely to get sick. If you want to improve your health in the long run and make sure you get all the health benefits of eggs, all you have to do is change the way you cook. Last thoughts. Now that we've talked about these 5 mistakes, think about how you've been cooking and eating eggs. Even though eggs are one of the healthiest foods you can eat, small changes in how you cook, store, and handle them can make a big difference in your health. The good news is that it's easy to avoid these mistakes. Once you do, you can eat eggs in a way that has health benefits. If you've been cooking your eggs too long, turn down the heat to keep their nutrients and stop harmful oxidation. If you've been eating eggs raw or not fully cooked, you might want to switch to fully cooked eggs to lower your risk of getting sick. Just as important is the right way to store food. To stop bacteria from growing, keep cooked eggs in the fridge and handle them carefully. Also, if you've never thought to check your eggs for cracks or dates, a simple water test can help you be sure they are fresh and safe to eat. Lastly, using the right cooking oil can make all the difference. It can help you avoid inflammation that isn't necessary and make your food healthier. Your body needs the food you eat to work well. Improving your energy, digestion, and overall health can be achieved by making smarter choices about how you cook your meals. It's not about giving up eggs. It's about enjoying them in a way that gets the most out of them and poses the fewest risks. Thanks for being here today. Please get in touch with us. Tell us what you learned today and how you're going to use it in your life in the comments below. We care about what you think, so don't be shy about telling us. We feel very motivated and encouraged when we read your comments. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it and found it useful. Thanks for your support. It lets us keep making good content for you to learn from and be inspired by. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.